Welcome to the video summary of Born for Love by Maia Szalavitz and Bruce D. Perry. This book is not only a research work, but also a journey exploring the power of empathy, a crucial and indispensable factor in human life. From the moment we are born, we seek close connections, and the authors point out that the ability to love and feel the pain of others is the foundation for personal happiness and societal development. In today's video, we will explore each chapter of this book together. Each chapter presents stories, research, and valuable lessons about empathy, from family relationships to complex social issues. Let's begin with the first chapter, Heaven is Other People, where we will learn about the role of human connections in shaping emotions and empathy from our earliest years. The first chapter of Born for Love, titled Heaven is Other People, focuses on the idea that empathy and human connections are core elements that shape individual happiness and development. Authors Maia Szalavitz and Bruce D. Perry emphasize that from a young age, children exhibit a need to connect with those around them. The chapter opens by describing the development of infants and how they naturally seek closeness and interaction with their parents and caregivers. This attachment not only provides a sense of safety for children, but also plays a crucial role in their emotional and cognitive development. The authors use various studies and real-life stories to demonstrate that positive relationships in early life can significantly impact mental health and the ability to build social relationships later on. Additionally, the chapter discusses the negative impacts of the modern environment, such as technology and busy lifestyles, which can disrupt this development. The authors warn that if we do not prioritize building connections, we risk losing the necessary foundation for empathy and social connectivity. Chapter 1 serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of social relationships, affirming that true happiness comes not only from personal success, but also from the ability to create and maintain deep connections with others. This chapter lays the groundwork for the subsequent sections of the book, which will continue to explore other aspects of empathy and the challenges it faces in modern society. In Chapter 2 of Born for Love, titled Facing You, authors Maia Szalavitz and Bruce D. Perry continue to explore how human connection and interaction play a crucial role in developing empathy. This chapter focuses on how children learn to recognize and understand the emotions of others through social interactions. The authors point out that early interactive experiences, such as infants gazing into adults' eyes, not only help them build emotional bonds, but also develop their capacity for empathy. Children learn to face others, which is not just a physical action, but also an essential part of developing emotional intelligence. These interactions create a mirror for children, helping them recognize that the emotions of others deserve attention and respect. The chapter also addresses the difficulties some children may face when they do not experience sufficient positive connections in their early years. The authors cite studies on children's development in emotionally deprived environments, leading to poorer empathy skills and challenges in building social relationships later in life. Towards the end of the chapter, Szalavitz and Perry emphasize that understanding and empathy towards others are not only essential qualities for personal development, but also vital factors in building healthy communities and societies. They encourage adults to strive to create a positive environment for children, where connection and empathy can thrive. In Chapter 3 of Born for Love, titled The Absence of People, authors Maia Szalavitz and Bruce D. Perry analyze the negative effects of a lack of social connection on the development and psychology of children. This chapter emphasizes that deficiencies in relationships with others can lead to serious consequences, not just for individuals, but also for society as a whole. The authors present numerous studies demonstrating that children who grow up in environments lacking care and attention from parents or adults are likely to face emotional and behavioral development issues. These children often struggle with empathy and find it challenging to build social relationships later in life. The chapter also discusses typical situations where the absence of parental presence, due to work or mental health issues, leaves children feeling lonely and isolated. Additionally, Szalavitz and Perry point out that changes in modern society, such as increased technology use and social media, have contributed to a decline in the quality of relationships. While technology can facilitate connections, it can also create emotional distance, making it harder for individuals to form genuine relationships. At the end of the chapter, the authors emphasize the importance of creating supportive environments for children, where connections and care from parents and the community are encouraged. They call for greater awareness of the role that presence and connection play in nurturing and developing the psychology of children. In Chapter 4 of Born for Love, titled The Intense World, authors Maia Szalavitz and Bruce D. Perry explore how children's living environments and experiences can significantly influence their emotional development and capacity for empathy. This chapter highlights that both positive and negative experiences shape how children interact with the world around them. The authors describe a world of intensity, in which children often face challenges and pressures from various sources, including family, peers, and society. They point out that traumatic experiences, such as loss, violence, or lack of care, can have detrimental effects on children's psychological and social development. Exposure to these factors not only heightens anxiety levels, but can also lead to rebellious behaviors and diminished empathy towards others. The chapter also discusses how harsh living environments can shape physiological responses, ultimately affecting children's emotional processing abilities. The authors emphasize that growing up in a stressful environment can make children less sensitive to the emotions of others, thereby reducing their capacity for empathy. Towards the end of the chapter, Szalavitz and Perry advocate for creating safe and supportive environments where children can thrive emotionally and socially. They call on society to prioritize protecting and nurturing the younger generation in a world filled with challenges and complexities. In Chapter 5 of Born for Love, titled Deception and Consequences, authors Maia Szalavitz and Bruce D. Perry delve into the concepts of honesty and trust in human relationships. This chapter emphasizes that deception is not merely about lying. It carries profound implications for emotional and psychological development in children. The authors begin by examining the impact of deception from parents or caregivers on children. When children feel deceived, it can lead to skepticism and a lack of trust, not only towards adults, but also in other social relationships. These negative feelings can hinder their ability to develop empathy and connect with others. The chapter also discusses the importance of honesty in educating children. Szalavitz and Perry highlight that fostering an environment where truth is valued enables children to confront reality and develop empathy towards others. They stress that lessons on honesty and trust not only influence individual development, but also contribute to building stronger communities. Ultimately, Chapter 5 concludes with a reminder that honesty and trust are essential foundations in any relationship. Deception can create rifts in social bonds, whereas trust and honesty reinforce these connections, helping children grow into responsible and sensitive adults. In Chapter 6 of Born for Love, titled The Bond, authors Maia Szalavitz and Bruce D. Perry delve deeper into how human relationships are formed and developed. This chapter emphasizes that strong connections between individuals benefit not only the individual, but also the broader community. The authors begin by underscoring the significance of attachment in early childhood. Positive bonds with parents and caregivers are essential for the psychological and emotional development of children. When children feel safe and loved, they are better equipped to grow socially and emotionally. This chapter also explores various types of bonds, including those with friends, family, and the community. Szalavitz and Perry point out that each type of connection has unique characteristics, yet all profoundly influence empathy and personal development. A crucial part of this chapter is the discussion of research related to connection and its effects on mental health. The authors provide ample evidence showing that individuals with strong social connections tend to be happier, experience fewer mental health issues, and recover more effectively from crises. Ultimately, Chapter 6 concludes with a powerful message that connection is not only a fundamental human need, but also an indispensable part of building a healthy society. The authors encourage everyone to focus on creating and maintaining these bonds, as they form the foundation for empathy and sustainable development. In Chapter 7 of Born for Love, titled Empathy, authors Maia Szalavitz and Bruce D. Perry delve deeply into the concept of empathy and its crucial role in human relationships. The chapter emphasizes that empathy is not merely a simple emotion. It is an essential factor in building strong and healthy connections. The authors begin by defining empathy and distinguishing it from sympathy and compassion. They explain that empathy involves understanding and sharing the feelings of others, while compassion encompasses the actions taken to help and support those in need. The chapter explores how empathy develops from early life experiences, as children learn to recognize and respond to the emotions of others. A significant portion of the chapter presents examples from research and real-life cases that illustrate how empathy can be fostered and reinforced through positive social connections. Szalavitz and Perry argue that nurturing empathy from a young age can help children grow into sensitive and responsible adults. The chapter also addresses the negative impacts of a lack of empathy, such as violence, discrimination, and various other social issues. The authors call on individuals to recognize the importance of cultivating empathy, not just within families but also in communities. In conclusion, the authors encourage the promotion of empathy as an integral part of education and social development. They highlight that empathy is not only a personal quality, but also a foundation for a peaceful and prosperous society. In Chapter 8 of Born for Love, titled Healing, authors Maia Szalavitz and Bruce D. Perry explore the emotional healing process, particularly for children who have experienced trauma and loss. The chapter emphasizes that healing is not just an individual journey. It is closely tied to connections with others. The authors begin by discussing the concepts of psychological trauma and its profound effects on emotional development. They highlight that negative experiences can leave lasting marks, but through support from family, friends, and community, the healing process can unfold. A key focus of the chapter is the role of empathy and connection in recovery. Szalavitz and Perry point out that strong, supportive relationships can help children feel safer and facilitate emotional processing. They provide numerous real-life examples of intervention programs and psychological support that have successfully helped children overcome trauma. Additionally, the chapter stresses the importance of educating and preparing caregivers to better understand the emotional needs of children. The authors encourage everyone to engage in the healing process, not only for themselves, but also for those around them. In conclusion, Chapter 8 delivers a powerful message that healing is a challenging journey, but can be achieved through love, support, and human connections. The authors assert that nurturing these connections not only aids children's recovery, but also fosters a healthier community. In Chapter 9 of Born for Love, titled Compassion, authors Maia Szalavitz and Bruce D. Perry delve into the concept of compassion and its significance in fostering a supportive and empathetic society. The chapter emphasizes that compassion is not just an emotional response, but an actionable commitment that can be nurtured through social connections. The authors begin by defining compassion, distinguishing it from empathy and kindness. They explain that compassion involves understanding and feeling the pain of others, while also taking action to alleviate that suffering. This distinction is crucial, as compassion requires a specific commitment and action beyond mere emotional awareness. The chapter further explores the role of education in cultivating compassion. Szalavitz and Perry argue that teaching children about compassion from a young age can instill positive values and behaviors that will carry into adulthood. They provide examples of successful educational programs and interventions designed to nurture compassion in children and adolescents. Additionally, the authors discuss the mental and emotional benefits of practicing compassion. They note that individuals who engage in compassionate actions often report higher levels of happiness and fewer psychological issues. This not only benefits the individual but also contributes to a more positive social environment. The chapter concludes with a powerful call to action, encouraging individuals to develop compassion through small yet meaningful actions. Szalavitz and Perry stress that compassion is essential for building sustainable social relationships and is a foundation for a healthy community. In Chapter 10 of Born for Love, titled Acting for Love, authors Maia Szalavitz and Bruce D. Perry explore the crucial role of action in nurturing love and compassion within society. The chapter underscores that love is not just an emotion, it is an active force that can be expressed in various ways. The authors begin by asserting that love can be demonstrated through specific actions, ranging from small daily acts of kindness to larger initiatives aimed at creating positive change in the community. They argue that both love and compassion need to be cultivated through tangible actions, fostering enduring connections among individuals. This chapter also references research on volunteering and community contribution, showing that people who engage in these activities often experience greater happiness and a sense of purpose in life. Szalavitz and Perry encourage individuals to seek out opportunities to act for love, emphasizing that such actions benefit not only the recipients but also the givers. Towards the end of the chapter, the authors highlight that acting for love is essential for personal development and has a positive impact on society as a whole. They call on everyone to consider how they can express love and compassion through action, thereby creating a positive feedback loop within their communities. In Chapter 11 of Born for Love, titled Unconditional Love, authors Maia Szalavitz and Bruce D. Perry delve into the concept of unconditional love and its significance for the psychological and social development of children. The chapter emphasizes that unconditional love is essential for building self-esteem and fostering healthy relationships in the future. The authors begin by defining unconditional love, explaining that it is a form of love that does not require any conditions for acceptance or affection. This means that children need to feel loved and accepted regardless of their actions or achievements. Szalavitz and Perry stress that unconditional love from parents and caregivers lays a solid foundation for positive emotional development in children. The chapter also discusses the negative effects of lacking unconditional love, such as feelings of insecurity, anxiety, and difficulties in establishing positive relationships later in life. The authors highlight that developing a sense of unconditional love is a process that must be nurtured from an early age. In conclusion, Chapter 11 delivers a powerful message that unconditional love is a crucial element in building a healthy and compassionate society. The authors encourage individuals to practice unconditional love in their relationships, not only with children, but also in their everyday social interactions. In Chapter 12 of Born for Love, titled Turning Love into Action, authors Maia Szalavitz and Bruce D. Perry emphasize the significance of transforming love and empathy into tangible actions in daily life. The chapter explores how small actions can create a significant impact on the lives of those around us and on society as a whole. The authors assert that love must be demonstrated through actions rather than mere words. They provide various examples of specific actions individuals can take to express love and compassion, ranging from assisting others in the community to caring for and supporting loved ones within the family. This not only helps the recipient feel loved, but also strengthens the bonds between individuals. The chapter also discusses research indicating that engaging in charitable activities and volunteer work can provide substantial psychological benefits to those who participate. Szalavitz and Perry encourage everyone to seek opportunities to act, not only to help others, but also to nurture a sense of fulfillment and purpose in their own lives. In conclusion, the chapter ends with a strong call to action, urging individuals to actively turn love into deeds. The authors stress that small, repeated actions can create a positive wave in the community and foster the development of compassion within society. In Chapter 13 of Born for Love, titled Love and Forgiveness, authors Maia Szalavitz and Bruce D. Perry discuss the critical role of forgiveness in nurturing and sustaining love within relationships. The chapter emphasizes that forgiveness is not only necessary for resolving conflicts, but also vital for building empathy and connections between people. The authors begin by defining forgiveness, explaining that it involves actively releasing feelings of anger and resentment, rather than merely overlooking someone else's mistakes. Szalavitz and Perry argue that by forgiving others, we also foster our own psychological growth and well-being. The chapter highlights research demonstrating that forgiveness can yield significant mental health benefits, such as reducing anxiety and depression. The authors stress that practicing forgiveness is an essential aspect of love and a necessary action for maintaining inner peace. In conclusion, Szalavitz and Perry encourage readers to incorporate forgiveness into their daily lives, extending it not only to others but also to themselves. They conclude that love and forgiveness are inseparable elements, and nurturing both leads to healthy, sustainable relationships. Thank you for watching the summary video of Born for Love by Maia Szalavitz and Bruce D. Perry. Throughout this journey, we have explored the important aspects of love, compassion, and how these elements shape individuals and society. From understanding love as a driving force in psychological development, to practicing forgiveness and turning love into action, each chapter in the book offers profound and meaningful lessons. This book is not just a personal journey, but also a powerful call to all of us. Love and compassion can change lives and create lasting connections within communities. Remember that every small action we take for others contributes to a better world. If you find this content helpful, please like, share the video, and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss other interesting book summaries in the future. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next videos.